Hello and welcome to Dental Studies Simplified. I'm Dr. Ankita Kotecha and today's topic is not a theory topic. It's an absolutely practical topic. A question, one of the biggest questions asked by every mother. This is a requested topic from my friends and residents of the society where I reside. The question, how to maintain oral hygiene of a child? I'll answer this question into certain phases that a woman undergoes. So if you think oral hygiene maintenance of the child begins after their birth or their teeth erupts, you are wrong. It starts from pregnancy itself. You heard that right? Oral hygiene maintenance of the child begins from your pregnancy itself. How? We will discover. Then the newborn stage. That is when the child is born up to 6 months. That is when they are exclusively breastfed, ideally, or formula fed in cases. And then up to 10 years. Clear? In this also we have two phases, up to 2 years and up to 10 years. Clear? Dental problems, mainly gums disease during pregnancy, are associated with preterm and low birth weight babies, and that is why it is necessary to maintain oral hygiene during pregnancy. For this, a pregnant woman should visit her dentist during pregnancy to treat any existing dental problems or avoid any potential dental problems. For example, localized gum swelling called granulomas are exclusively experienced during pregnancy. They are also called as pyogenic granuloma or angiogranuloma in scientific terms. In general, these localized gum swellings are experienced by pregnant women during their pregnancy. It is said that it is because of the hormonal changes that a woman undergoes during pregnancy. But I want to clear this myth here that it is not because of the hormonal changes. Of course, hormonal changes do play a role, but the primary reason is the microbiology. That is their pre-existing oral hygiene status. So, if the pregnant woman has poor oral hygiene before pregnancy or during pregnancy, only then these hormonal changes will impact their oral hygiene status and cause these swellings. Otherwise, a woman with good oral hygiene will not experience such localized swellings, and that is why it becomes imperative to maintain oral hygiene during pregnancy. And this oral hygiene maintenance by the pregnant woman will impact the overall development of their baby, and that is why I said the oral hygiene maintenance of the baby begins from the pregnancy. Next, we have newborns up to 6 months. These babies are exclusively breastfed, that is they are not on any solid foods and are exclusively breastfed. They don't have any teeth. They have gum pads. These gum pads are meant to be cleaned with cotton and water, both sterile. So dip the cotton in sterile water and clear their gum pads of any visible breast milk. That's it. This is how the oral hygiene or oral cavity of the newborn up to 6 months has to be maintained. Gum pads with clear sterile water and sterile cotton. That's it. Coming to the next phase, that is the main phase, that is once the baby starts getting their teeth, up to 10 years. Here I have demarcated two age groups, that is up to 2 years and then up to 10 years, because I want to highlight the importance of spitting. That is, if the baby is able to spit or unable to spit. Once the baby starts getting their new teeth, that is first tooth eruption, brushing has to be started. Toothbrushing with toothpaste. But mind you, if the patient is, if the baby is unable to spit, I will recommend not to use toothpaste because they swallow it. And the toothpaste used should be fluoridated because it prevents cavities. Coming to the most important aspect, that is the amount of toothpaste. As shown in the advertisements, no, not that much of toothpaste is ever used, not even by adults. Forget children, not even by adults. The amount of toothpaste for a child has to be a size of uncooked rice grain, 0.01 gram. Imagine the amount of toothpaste, just equivalent to size of an uncooked rice grain. The weight will be almost 0.01 gram. That is the amount of toothpaste that has to be used with children who are unable to spit. Clear? Because they have chances of swallowing it, and that is harmful. That is why. Ideally, avoid using toothpaste, but if you start with toothpaste, it has to be equivalent to the size of uncooked rice grain for children. And then once they learn the art of spitting, then you may increase the size of the toothpaste to size of a pea. Matter. That's it. Not as shown in the advertisements. This is the most important aspect of toothbrushing that I wanted to clarify through this video, because we are usually overdriven by the advertisements. A quick summary of today's question. Owing to the systemic impact of oral hygiene of the pregnant woman on the development of baby, a pregnant woman should maintain her oral hygiene throughout the pregnancy and of course after that as well. And personally, I feel our habits during pregnancy impacts the baby's habits also. That is, a baby will develop the same or similar habits as we do during the pregnancy. Of course, a personal aspect, nothing documented or researched one, just personal thought. That is why we should always cultivate or have good habits during pregnancy. We should watch good material during pregnancy, which impacts the baby indirectly or directly sometimes. Coming to the next phase, that is newborns up to 6 months, the babies that don't have teeth yet. So here they have gum pads. Those gum pads are to be cleaned after every breastfeeding session or bottle feeding or formula fed, whatever applicable. And that cleaning has to be performed with cotton and water. Cotton dipped in water and just dab it. Clear? Gentle, of course. And then comes the phase when babies start getting their own teeth. Yay! So the toothbrushing session or the toothbrushing habit has to be cultivated with the eruption of first tooth itself. We don't have to wait for all the 20 teeth to erupt and come in place. Yes, with the first tooth in the oral cavity, begin the toothbrushing session and cultivate that habit. Ideally, it has to be done in the manner as ours. That is, morning as we wake up, the first thing that we do along with our children has to be toothbrushing. So that role modeling, it is just a direct case of role modeling. As we do, our children will do the same. So do the thing with your children. Do the toothbrushing with your children so that they learn on and they cultivate the habit of toothbrushing. But the most important aspect which I wanted to highlight through this video is the amount of toothpaste in contrast to the ones that are advertised. The amount of toothpaste is, if the baby can't spit, ideally you can skip it at all, or even if you are introducing, then introduce a fluoridated toothpaste which is the size of uncooked rice grain. And once the baby develops the spitting thing, and then we can increase the size of the toothpaste to size of a pea, which is same for throughout the life. That is, even the adults use the same amount. There is no change henceafter. Clear? This completes the topic for today, that is how to maintain oral hygiene of a child. I hope I have clarified all your doubts, but if there exist any doubts, please ask me in the comment section below or mail me at my email ID dentalstudiessimplified@gmail.com. Thank you for watching and listening to me. Study well. Have a good day. Stay safe.